have my priorities straight. That is exactly why I read 100 or even more pages worth of this book at school. FYI, the final test is next week and I'm supposed to be preparing for it. Other than that, there's also numerous final test projects which is due this week and I haven't done any of them. This is too addicting, I swear. Read this in your free time, guys. That's my advice, because I'm currently being sucked into the world of the Hawthorns right now instead of this atrocious school with its never-ending projects and tests and assignments. Oh, how I wish to be Avery right now. So right now I am at page 357 already. I know I haven't filmed most of this book. Oh, but my reactions, I was bewildered, I was shocked, I was happy, I was grinning by myself, I was even just smiling alone at school. Like, I truly became a crazy person because of this. I still don't know what's going to happen. The book is going to end and I feel like we didn't even reach a conclusion yet. But I already have the other 2 books waiting right on top of that shelf. I'm excited. Good morning. I'm about to head to school, but I just have to update you. I'm going to be reading this now, though I fear I won't be reading much actually this week. And by the way, guys, I've been watching Maxton Hall. Obviously, you know that, right? Like, why does this series reminds me of this trilogy? It's not the same, but it has the same vibe. I don't know why. And I'm loving this series so far. Last day of school before final test. I'm totally fine. It's not like I haven't studied. Yeah, I haven't studied. Welcome to the update of the Hawthorne Legacy. It has been more than a week since I last update you guys, which a week ago I haven't even read any of it. But right now I've already reached page 80, and let me tell you something. Starting this series, I already know the brothers. I thought I'm going to root for, I'm just going to name drop. I thought I'm going to root for Grayson because I really like the brooding older brother, that kind of trope, rather than the more caring, more compassionate younger brother. But guys, since the first book until what I've read now, they barely interact with each other, which is like, can you guys just like try a little bit, try to interact more, because they didn't even try. I'm just saying, I think if they tried a little bit, I would honestly root for them. But right now I'm team Jameson because he has done a lot more for her and they've got a lot more chemistry than Grayson has with Avery, which is honestly quite sad. And I also already know the ending, like she ends up with who. But guys, this is not the main point of the book. It is the mystery, and I think since book 2, the Hawthorne Legacy actually continues right where the first book ended. I think it's nice that we don't have another world building or something like that. The action just keeps going on and the mystery just keeps building and building, and I don't find, at least until right now, any part of it boring. Hey guys, apparently I finished this book too fast. I read over 100, maybe 200 pages in one sitting. It is just that addicting. And because, I'm just going to talk about it in the end. Right after I finished that, I was really holding myself back to not immediately read the third book because I want to do like a little review first before I continue. But I couldn't stop myself. My self-restraint is on pause. So I started the last book of the primary trilogy literally at 3 o'clock in the morning. And do you know how much I read? I read 200 pages. And do you know how many time it took me to read 200 pages? It only took me about like an hour and a half or something. I don't know what Jennifer Lynn Barnes put in these books because I am so addicted. And I fear this trilogy will put me in a reading slump. Not because it's bad, obviously not, because it's too amazing and I'm like too sucked into this world. I don't want to ever get out. Right now I identify myself as someone who lives in this world and in this world only. I don't know how, but the second book really made me obsessed with all of the characters. Also I know that I am Team Jameson, but why does Grayson Hawthorne has this magnetic pull, which I don't know how that happened. Avery and Grayson barely spend time with each other, but the tension is there. But Jameson is just too sweet, and he says the right words at the right time, at the right place, and it's making me confused. Also, before I continue this, there is a new character introduced, actually on the last book, but they appeared in this book and became a major character. I have beef with this character and I don't even know why. I feel like we already have this solid grounding about all the characters and they are already my comfort characters, and this stranger would just waltz in, and myself being too absorbed in this book, I feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to say it, but I just feel what Avery is feeling in this book, but she's a better woman than me, I swear. I would not be as kind as Avery because it feels like this character is disturbing something that is already established for me, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if I'm going to love them or hate them in the end, but right now my current feeling, my current emotion, I would love to hate them in the end. That's my update from the second book, and I only have this much to read left, and I'm going to take you guys with me while I read this. Guys, if what I had been feeling before was uncomfort, this time I feel rage. Chapter 67. I don't like how manipulative. I can't even tell you guys clearly how I feel because I don't want to spoil it. Someone is very manipulative and I'm done with it. I cannot bear with this. It's unacceptable. I don't like this feeling. So mad. For the record, I like where this is going. Okay, so I thought it would be fitting to be wearing this since I finished the series. Accordingly to the cover, I think, of the last book where there's a crown. Guys, I am very, very invested in this series. I might go buy the other books, although right now I'm not sure, since honestly what I feel is missing is just a more explanation. No, I just want more scenes between Avery and Jameson, although there were already so much in here, but I just want their scenes when they're already an established couple. I think that would be very sweet. I'm going to start with the first one. This book, very addicting, first of all. But I ended up rating this book 4.5 just because of the cliffhanger. But besides that, very good. And then the second book, I rate this 5 stars. I finished this book in like 1 or 2 days. And the last book of the trilogy, I also gave it a 5 star. Since I started the series, I thought, how do I read it so fast? I always justified it because the chapters are short. But then when I got to the third book, okay, there is another reason, which is that none of the scenes are boring, and every chapter it feels like there's always some new mysteries that is solved. And while reading, I didn't think, oh my god, I just want to finish this book to get to the ending and find out what actually happens. No, I'm actually enjoying the process from the start till the end. I don't think there are any boring scenes, and out of the 3, my most favorite plot, I guess, is the third one. It's very interesting, although I had some uncomfortable moments, followed by the first book, and the second book is the least interesting, I guess. Honestly, I think that's my update. I didn't even tell you guys about the synopsis and the blurbs. I guess you could read that on your own, but I'm just going to tell you, this series, overall, they are a 6-star read for me. Although honestly, the ending, I think, Avery, you are too kind, because I would not do what you did in the end. Does that make me sound selfish? Honestly, I don't care, because this is a fantasy for me. Let a girl dream, okay? I want to read her other works. I feel like The Naturals is a good one to start, since I found comments. Other people said that The Naturals are better than this, which I don't know how that can be. Oh yeah, and Jennifer Lynn Barnes is a genius. How does she think of all the riddles, the puzzles? I think she's a genius. I really admire her. And I think that would be it, guys. Please read this. I am in love. Goodbye.